welcome to Beauty and the Broken. My name is Heather, and the purpose or the mission behind this channel is to find and create and share beauty when we can find it, when we're looking for it. So today I'm going to make some Christmas ornaments, and we're going to start with a large container of resin that I have previously mixed up. And the resin we're using today is Shabebe. I guess I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is a 4-hour fast cure. And with that, you do have to heat up the resin first. It's a very, very thick resin. You heat it up for 3 minutes and then you stir it. You mix it together and stir it. And then you wait a few minutes and let some bubbles pop. It is a very, very thick resin. And so I am going to color the backs of these ornaments blue. And you'll see why in part 2 or 3. There's a couple parts to this one. So we're going to be using Resiner's resin dye in bright blue. Okay, so let's take that off and move this over so you can see what I'm doing. We'll squeeze. We're going to start, because this is a lot of resin, we're going to do 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we'll see what that does. And then we'll see how dark it is, because we want something similar to a blue sky. And I'm already seeing that that is just not going to be enough to get the deeper color that I want. So let's add 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so let's see how that works. And remember, it's always darker inside of a larger quantity than it's going to be inside one of these smaller molds. So it is looking like a deeper blue, but I'm still thinking we're going to need to add more. It's getting close. It's getting closer, but let's add 10 more drops to see what we get. Because I don't mind if it's a dark blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, hopefully that should be enough. And I'm going to be confident, and I'm going to put my lid back on. Okay, so don't make a liar out of me. Because it is a thicker resin, it is harder to get things mixed in and mixed in evenly. If I didn't have so many ornaments to actually do, I probably would have done this in a smaller quantity. But if I did my math correctly, the 2 bottles of fast cure resin should be enough to fill all the ornaments. And you can't see all the ornaments that I have. I have, I don't know, 20, 23, something like that. So let's see. It's kind of hard to see exactly what this looks like on a blue stick. So I learned this trick from Julie Cutts of pouring your heart out. And she says you just put it on, and you see you can barely see that blue, can you? So I guess they did make a liar out of me. We're going to have to do, let's do 10 more drops. So there's 2 more parts to this ornament. I'm just going to fill the bottoms, just a very, very small amount in the bottom. And then once that hardens in the 4-hour cure time, then we will add a couple more things to make these ornaments. Okay, so we're going to start there. And I'm going to take the isopropyl alcohol and spray. Let's just do the first 3. And I'm going to hold the stick, and we're just going to put a thin layer. Yeah, I can see the blue. It's not as deep as I would like, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going to take my silicone tool and make sure that the resin gets all the way around the top, because we need to have something to hang our ornaments, right? You can also, with a silicone tool, you can gently go around the edges, because bubbles like to hide in the edges. So you can just do that, and the bubbles can come up to the surface. Okay, I am going to give it a spritz with the alcohol, and we're going to pause this video. Oops, there we go. Take my gloves off, grab that. Okay, I do not see any more bubbles. That doesn't mean they're not there though. We're gonna hope for the best. All right, I'll be back in a minute. All right, we are back. It has actually been about 5 or 6 hours for our 4-hour fast cure resin. And to be honest, they're not super cured. They are very flexible, much more solid than they were, obviously. But I went and read the directions. I read them before, but I got more detailed, and it actually says in there that the 4-hour fast cure can take 4 to 10 hours. So that's where we are now. We're beyond 4, but before 10. But I thought we would go ahead and start with part 2 and part 3 right now. So what I have here are butterflies, and these are actually nail charms that people put on their nails with manicures, and they're 3-dimensional. They're not exactly flat on the back. And so we have gold ones, well, that's a silver one, and that's a gold one. Slightly different. So what I thought we would do is put 2 butterflies on each of our ornaments. So I'm going to take these. Okay, I just want to make sure that we are still in screen. And just randomly, okay, maybe not randomly, but 1 in each. Now, why butterflies, you might ask? Well, part of the reason that I started Warrior Words and Beauty and the Broken as a, I guess, division or part of Warrior Words is that I have an association with a couple of things that we're going to talk about, and they are breast cancer and domestic violence. And in recent years, the butterfly has really become a symbol of domestic abuse, domestic violence. And especially if you followed the story of Gabby Petito, that really hit me hard. And so this is kind of a way of remembering her and supporting all of those people who end up in situations that they may not be able to control, and the abuse. And so the butterflies are just light, happy, and life-giving. And they actually demonstrate, going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, they actually demonstrate, finding beauty in the broken, finding beauty in something that people don't necessarily find attractive. So that's it. This is my homage to that. Okay, now, while I was doing this, I had some resin sitting over here, resting. I already mixed it up. This is not a fast cure resin, but it is the same brand. So let me just show you. This is the Shabebe, again, A and B, crystal epoxy resin clear. So I will link that in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. But that's what we are trying today. And then, because this is a Christmas ornament, we're adding glittery snowflakes. All right, so this has been sitting during the 5 minutes that we have been doing the butterflies. And I'm just going to slowly, I don't know if I'm going to use all of this, but I didn't want to have to dig into the bag. And what I'm trying to do is make like a paste. I want this just to sit at the bottom of each ornament so that it just looks like snow on the bottom. So I'm just trying to make a paste. It's going to be a little more solid, more like like a paste. And we're going to have it, we obviously need some more. And I'm mixing it slowly because this is very, very fine. Fine flakes here. And again, I just want it to be super thick and be able to just kind of put down on the bottom and have it not spread, not move. Because I don't have anything else mixed up at the moment. And I'm afraid, I hope this dries the way I think it's going to dry, but it's looking a little, well, this will be an experiment. Goes in looking very white and sparkly. Maybe I should have used a bigger cup. But that's okay. As I said in the very beginning, the very first video I ever did, we're going to make messes. We're going to try things and experiment. We're going to make messes, and we're going to make beauty out of those messes. It's getting thick, that's for sure. All right, let's try a little bit more. Running out of room in there. This is funny. I've got snowflakes all over my hands. It's going on the floor. It's going on the resin mat. It is everywhere. All right, I think this is as good as it's gonna get. And I really hope it dries, cures, looking white like snow. But even if it just sparkles, then that will achieve the goal, right? Okay. So the other good thing about this is it hides bubbles. At least I hope so. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. I'm just gonna take a little bit and spread it at the bottom. And the idea is that it's thick enough that it's not going to go anywhere, that it's just going to cure in the spot we put it. So I'm just going to put these Okay. You know what? I am not going to bore you with the rest of this, so I'm just going to pause it for now and come back when these are ready for the next step. See you soon. Welcome back. And we've been through a few steps and got a lot done, but we have one step to go. And I'm not going to do them all today because I just have these 5. If you see over here, I have the rest of them waiting to be done, but I won't bore you to do all of those on camera because it's all going to be the same thing. But I did want to show you a couple things that I did. We had a few ornaments that I did not have enough of the butterflies. So I found some butterfly stickers and, well, they just didn't work very well. And as you can see, there's a little bit of glitter. I put glitter in here to look like snow and it just didn't work. So these are workable ornaments, but they're not the prettiest, but that's okay. That's all right. We tried and we move on to something else. So then there's this one. This one, I ended up putting the butterflies in off camera and the resin wasn't ready. So they sank. So that you can see they're not at the top. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't really see where they are, but they're very close to the back because they sank all the way down. So I tried the snow effect in here. And while it looks better than the ones with the stickers, still not quite what I was going for. So we're just going to use clear resin. No glitter, no snow, no stickers, no nothing. But these are how they turned out. You can see it is dimensional with the snow on the bottom, which I had hoped would be white, but it's okay. It's all good. Looks like snow, looks glittery, shiny. And then the butterflies here, they did sink a little bit, but not all the way through. So we're just going to cover them up with some clear glitter. And like I said, I'm just going to do these 5 on camera, and then we'll see where we end up after they cure, and then we will demold them. So I have some clear resin here already mixed up, and you know what I did not take into consideration is the fact that this does not fold. So I'm gonna grab one over here and we're gonna pour a little bit of that in there. Make pouring a little bit easier. Okay, so let's start with this one back here. And we're just going to pour the resin in slowly. It shouldn't take too much because most of it is already full. But let's just try and putting it really close to the surface. Try to not get bubbles. As we all know, resin is famous for bubbles. And we'll just get these last. Oh, I may not have enough resin to do. Yep, there we go. Let's just do that. And then we'll get a stick and make sure these 4 are good before we put anything in. I use the silicone tip there, and we want to make sure that the resin gets all the way back in here. Is that a bubble? Maybe a bubble. Oh, that's a big bubble right there. Let's get rid of that. It does not want to pop. That's right. I have a heat gun standing by, so we'll make sure that we zap these with that once we get them. And that one is, let me pick these up. Oh, I didn't do that one. That's why it's perfect. Isn't that great? So just going to gently allow it to flow to Make sure that we get even coverage. And yes, we will need to add some more, but I want to make sure that the whole ornament is covered, because as you can see, there's a little texture there. So we want to make sure that it's covered with the smooth resin. And then we will fill in any gaps. You know, I just realized looking at my hands that I put the glove on one hand and not the other one. So we're going to be really careful at the moment. Oh, there's another bubble. All right, so we have two. Hey, I thought I got that bubble. All right, you know, let me... Now, gonna hit it with the heat gun. Let's see, let's put it on low. Not knock over our resin, but just, I have it on a low temperature and a low speed. So we don't want to burn our molds, melt our molds. All right. All right, put that down. And I was noticing as I did that, this doesn't look like... Let me look from this angle. Okay, they all look pretty good from here. I'm going to walk around the other side of the camera. They look good. Oh, wait, I see a bubble. I do see a bubble. Guess I didn't hit it hard enough with that heat. I think that one, was that the one that was giving us trouble earlier? You know what, I have a dotting tool over here, you know, with these little balls on the end. Get in there easier. Huh, it does not want to pop. You know what? That may be a bubble underneath. Yep, I think it is. Oh, we have a bubble. That's okay. It's all good. And I think with that, I am going to say goodbye for the day, and I will come back to demold all of these. See you in a minute. Hi, everyone. It is time for the beauty reveal. And, well, let's just get started. So... let's just take them out. Okay. Now, these did not turn out as I had planned, but that's okay. It's okay. There's beauty in them, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's hold it. Let's see. There we go. So you can see, looks like snow at the bottom here, and we've got our butterflies, and they'll hang up nicely on trees or windows. Let's just use some sandpaper on that. Okay, we've got a few bubbles up here, but it's good. So there's the one. Make sure we get them in frame, but there's the other one. So they're all pretty much going to look the same. There are a couple, yeah, we'll just have to sand those pieces down. But I think they came out pretty for a first attempt. And these are going to be the first annual Beauty in the Broken ornaments. So I'm going to leave a link in the description to my Ko-fi page. And on my Ko-fi page, you could join to see, you know, you can get an annual Christmas ornament and other things. So we're going to get that started because the goal, one of the goals is to get funded to get that book I mentioned in the intro video, to get that published. So that's what the money will go for. So here are the other ornaments, and as you can see, we have a few. So excited. So there's that. And like I mentioned, in the Ko-fi on the Ko-fi page, they will be made into full ornaments. So here you can see we've got it hanging. I painted the edges out of frame. Painted the edges in gold, and they are gold all around. Okay, and then each one will have, there we go. It'll be numbered with a mini signature and the WW for Warrior Words, because that's the name of my publishing company, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it, but there we go. And I will add the year to this as well. So I hope you will join me and help me to get this channel out there and to get more viewers and subscribers. And yeah, please subscribe, like the video, share it, add comments, and head over to Ko-fi, please, and check out the membership options. And maybe I'll be sending you an ornament very soon. Thank you.